Hey everyone, welcome to Day Deal on Display. Today we are going to be taking a look at the Beyond Cell Dual Shield line of cases for the HTC Evo 4G LTE. You are more than welcome to check out these particular dual shields at any time over at its official website, and that is going to be located at www.beyondcell.com. As always, we encourage you to check out the dual shield at our own website as well at www.daydeal.com. So we are going to go ahead and mix things up a bit here today, folks. Looking at a brand you've probably never heard of, but truth be told, Beyond actually has been around for quite some time, especially if you have bought any aftermarket accessory for any phone or even an electronic device out there. So let's just go ahead and give you the unofficial dimensions first before we get rolling with my little speech and introduction to this company. Now, the dual shield for the Evo 4G LTE is going to measure as follows. Its weight is going to be 52 grams, its length 141 millimeters, its width 75.5 millimeters, its depth at 15.5 millimeters. This means if you decide to use the dual shield on your phone, you will be adding 6.2 millimeters to the length, 6.6 millimeters to the width, and finally 6.6 millimeters to the depth of your Evo 4G LTE. So hopefully you find that information useful. So let's go and move that sheet to the side and talk about these particular cases further. Now, Beyond Cell has been making accessories for phones for a very, very long time, even before I started here, and maybe even before this company was founded. But that being said, they recently finally got their brand trademarked, and now they're starting to release their products as branded items. So don't be surprised if you start seeing Beyond Cell products at retail stores near you, and of course at more online shops if you happen to shop at certain areas for cell phone accessories. And that being said, they have different series of cases, multiple series of cases, and one of them that I am particularly fond of are these Dual Shield line of products because they very closely resemble the bigger brand name stuff out there. Now, it goes without saying that Beyond Cell products are going to be priced competitively, meaning that they're usually much, much cheaper than the big brands out there, and their quality is roughly about the same. However, the materials are a little bit different, so you do have to take that into consideration. But other than that, very interesting developments to say the least. So please be on the lookout for this brand in the future. Even if you don't happen to own an Evo 4G LTE phone, for other phones that will come out in the future, there's going to be Beyond Cell stuff for it. So that might be an interesting turn of events. Now, for this particular dual shield, this is what is known as a 3-in-1 combo. It actually includes a screen protector and the case itself. Actually, I'm sorry, that's a 2-in-1 combo. A 3-in-1 combo would be a dual shield with a belt club holster, and those versions do exist from Beyond Cell. Okay, but this one only includes the screen protector and the case, so that's a 2-in-1. I misspoke there for a moment, so I apologize. And this particular case does actually come in 6 colors, which we actually have in front of us right now. Now, in the back, it's a little bit hard to see. That is going to be white with black, black with black, black with red. In the front, near the camera, that is going to be black with cool green, and to the far right, black with hot pink. In this case, also comes in one unique color in the center right there you see in front of us. That is of course going to be white with red, and that is the color that we will be showcasing both on the W phone, which is already installed on, as well as this loose piece right here. So let's go ahead and get into it and show you what the dual shield is all about. So first and foremost, we are going to start with the included screen protector. Now, this is a very basic screen protector kit, as you can tell from the included items. You have a very small applicator card, a very basic yellow microfiber cleaning cloth. This is kind of like OtterBox back in the day, where they used to include very, very small cleaning cloths, and Beyond is the same. And a basic screen protector for your HTC Evo 4G LTE. So this case does come with one. You don't have to go out there and buy your own, but if you already have one installed on your phone, you are more than welcome to keep this as a backup. Moving on to the main body, this is the Duo Shield. It's made of 2 layers, hence it's called a Duo Shield case. What makes this different from the big boys out there, the other brand names that have made a name for themselves over the years and have established themselves, is that these materials are different and a little bit lower quality. Okay, that's not to knock up against Beyond, but I have to say it how it is. You would notice that this plastic frame right here, this is the inner layer, this is the first layer. This is not polycarbonate. What this is HDPE, high density polyethylene. It's a very thick plastic, something that you would find akin to like on Frisbees, for example. But it is not polycarbonate, meaning that it is prone to cracking if it absorbs too much impact, and it's actually not that flexible at all. It is quite rigid. So as an inner layer, it's not that bad. It goes over your phone. It's actually quite lightweight, and this is what provides most of the color on the case combinations, as you can see right there. And it is a two-piece snap-on case, so it's actually quite easy to install. Now, the second layer of the Duo Shield is this right here. This is a silicone skin, so this is a standard offering on most cases of this type, dual layer cases. And this is a really nice design, and it's also very tight-fitting around the shell. Now, there's one qualm I have with brand name cases out there, even the big boys on the market, is that their skins that fit over the inner layer, it's usually quite loose, okay? And it doesn't really feel right, but Beyond has their done their homework, I guess you can say, and made sure that this really sticks on to that inner layer. So once you actually have it on there, it's quite a pain to take it off. My fingers are actually still hurting from me removing this from the package, etc., stuff like that, because it is that difficult to remove. But nonetheless, it is going to provide a lot of shock absorption. It is flexible. It also is in a lovely color. What's nice about these particular silicone skin covers is that they are lint resistant. You can easily wash them, and they don't attract that much lint, and you can slide them in and out of pockets very easily. So when everything is said and done, and you have everything installed on your phone, that is how it is going to look like front and center. So let me see if the camera is going to play nice with me. I don't want to take all those nice retail packages in the back away, so it looks like it's doing its job. Let's go and give you the 360 tour right now, starting with the front of the phone. Now you notice the Duo Shield creates a beautiful lip around the phone. It's in two tones, as you can see. Even if you hold it at the top or front and center, you notice that you can see the two shades shine through. It's also a very thick lip, meaning that if you happen to rest your phone on its face like so, up against any surface, it is going to be elevated up and away from the surface you are resting against. But more importantly, with that type of design, should you happen to drop your phone and it lands on its face, you do want that lip to make contact first with that surface. And now remember, on top of this, the screen protector is supposed to be used in conjunction with this, okay? So you are fine. Remember, it's a snap-on design. It shouldn't bubble up the screen protector at all. Now, moving on to the top, we have a covering for the power button. It's actually not that big, okay? So this is a conscious design decision from Beyond. They want the profile to be as clean-cut as possible. So it does take a little bit of effort to press the button, but it's not the end of the world. The opening for the audio jack is very generous. We see no reason why any type of connector should not work straight as well as angled, as well as the opening for the noise cancellation microphone that you see right there. Moving on to this side, we have a large opening for the USB port, and once again, that two-tone design looks really cool. Moving on to the other side, we have a covering for the volume up down rocker switch. Once again, it is a little bit flat, okay? That is the design on purpose. Same thing for the camera button, because they want the case to have a clean looking profile, nothing really sticking out. Everything is nice and even. Moving on to the bottom, we can see an opening for the actual microphone itself, and you can see it right there. Really nice. Onto the back, opening for the speaker. And these little grommets or holes, whatever you want to call them, they're actually part of the case on the inside, the shell, I should say, that sticks through the skin. That actually gives it more of a cohesion. And that's what I was talking about earlier, where it's actually quite difficult to remove the skin once you actually have it on there. Now the camera lens on the back is going to be open, as well as the LED flash, and you also have an opening for the kickstand as well. Okay, it's actually easy to access, and it's pretty self-explanatory. So let's go and close that shut and move on forward. Now, one thing I want to mention about this particular case is a lot of folks may be wondering, well, how durable is it? Well, I can tell you, against the brand name cases, it pretty much offers the same amount of protection. It's just that the inner layer, that HDPE, that hard plastic layer on the inside, it's just not as durable. So you really are relying on the skin to protect your phone, the outer silicone skin layer on the inside. That is there. It will go ahead and take impact, but over time it might get damaged. So you better be careful with that. And if it happens to break on you, well, that is the name of the game. So unfortunately, we can't say it is as good as the competition out there, but it does a pretty decent job. And more importantly, it's priced respectively so, meaning it's quite competitive. Okay, so it's actually much, much cheaper than what you are probably thinking about in your head right now if you look around. And that is it, guys, for the Beyond Sale Duo Shield on the HTC Evo 4G LTE phone. Now, unfortunately, since the Evo 4G LTE doesn't have much in the name of cases, we think that it's a good time to look at aftermarket accessories. And even though this isn't necessarily an aftermarket accessory, it kind of gives you an idea that there are other stuff out there. And if you leave your comfort zone just for a moment, you might find some gems in the rough. So feel free to check this out over at BeyondSell.com. Check it out over at our own site at daydeal.com. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, as well as our Pinterest board. Thanks for watching as always. We will see you guys next video review.